Okay, let's unpack this. We've been looking at some material that asks a question. A big one, actually. Might hit close to home for some of you listening.
Mm.
It's all about this idea. The source calls your line in the sand.
Yeah, it's quite a striking phrase, isn't it? It really points to that moment of realization, you know.
Exactly. That point where you just know deep down that whatever you've been doing,
Yeah,
well, it isn't working. Not anymore.
right. It's fundamentally broken for you.
And the source, it really doesn't pull any punches here. It asks you straight up, where does your line hang out? Like, what's the actual point where you finally have to say, okay, enough. Something's got to change.
It forces that confrontation, doesn't it,
And then,
between where you are now and maybe where you feel you should be or need to be.
yeah, that uncomfortable gap.
And what's interesting is this isn't just about, having a bad day or feeling a bit fed up. The source positions hitting this line as recognizing something specific, a pattern maybe?
Or just a total lack of progress that you can't ignore it anymore. You can't sweep it under the rug.
Exactly. It's the problem that's suddenly staring you right in the face.
So in this deep dive, we really want to explore why the source makes such a big deal about finding this line. What does it actually mean when you hit it? Why is that moment so significant?
Well, the source gives a couple of very relatable examples, situations where people often find themselves at this line.
Like,
One is that feeling, that really pervasive feeling of being stuck in a job that just sucks the life out of you.
oh yeah, you might have tried,
Mm.
tried to make it better, hoped things would shift.
Yeah.
Maybe even told yourself, it's not that bad, really?
Uh-huh. But then, bam, you hit the line.
Right. And the source talks about that moment when the exhaustion, or maybe the total lack of meaning, it just becomes undeniable. Continuing feels impossible.
It's that final straw moment for that specific situation. It's run its course for you.
Definitely.
And then there's another scenario the source brings up, the frustration of, say, chasing a goal. You're putting in the time, the effort, maybe even spending money. It mentions someone buying 5 different courses.
Wow, 5. Okay.
Yeah. And still, nothing. Still finding yourself right back where you started. Same old patterns, 0 real results to show for it.
Painful. It's like banging your head against a wall, isn't it? Repeating the same cycle.
Pretty much.
And the source frames hitting the line there is that moment of clarity when you finally see the cycle for what it is and realize, hang on, maybe the whole approach is wrong.
Yes. The problem isn't just the lack of results. The problem is the ineffective cycle itself.
Got it. So that recognition, that's the line.
And that's why finding it is so important, according to the source, whether it's your job, your personal growth, whatever area you feel stuck in,
Mhm.
hitting that line is the signal.
The signal too.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Well, yes. To stop repeating what's clearly not working. Stop trying to patch up something that's fundamentally broken or tolerate something unsustainable.
So you stop the cycle.
Then you realize you need something fundamentally different. You need a new path. The old one led you here, to this dead end, your line in the sand.
Ah, okay. So it's not just stopping, it's about what comes next.
Exactly. The source suggests this realization is the crucial trigger to start looking for. It calls it real direction.
Real direction. I like that. It implies something more solid, more authentic than maybe what you were doing before.
Precisely. It's a direction chosen because you acknowledged the line, because you understood the problem with the old way. It's the necessary first step away from where you know you can't stay.
So you can't really find that new direction until you've honestly faced where you are right now, the place you need to leave behind.
That seems to be the core message, yeah. You need to identify the line before you can meaningfully cross it towards something better.
Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've pulled from the source here.
Yeah.
The main idea is this concept of your line in the sand. That point where you absolutely know a change isn't just wanted, it's necessary.
Right. And it shows up in different ways for different people. Could be burnout at work, could be that frustration from trying course after course with no progress.
Or something else entirely personal to you.
But whatever it is, the source argues that recognizing you've hit that line is the key insight. It's the wake-up call.
The wake-up call to stop the ineffective cycles. And crucially, to start that search for genuine, real direction. So here's something for you, our listener, to maybe sit with after this deep dive. Thinking about the source material.
Yeah.
What would it actually look like for you to really acknowledge your own line in the sand?
Yeah.
And what might that very first step towards finding real direction actually involve for you right now?